Yo, it's your boy Slap. Welcome to NDAMIX Podcast. We here to keep you in the mix.
Man, Bubba checking in. We in the mix today, man.
It's your boy Akeem. We in the mix, man. Let's get it.
And it's your girl, KY. So today, y'all, we got a special guest on the show. We are talking about her book. So we're going to basically get to her right now. And her name is L Hawk. So, L Hawk, how you doing today?
I'm fine.
Hey, Hawk. What's up?
What's up with it?
What's up?
Welcome to the show. So we got your book. Do you want to talk about it?
Sure. Well, the name of the book is The Apple That Fell.
Okay.
And, growing up all the time, I don't know if it's in, all households, which you always hear, the apple don't fall too far from the tree, the apple don't fall too far from the tree. But that's not necessarily true. Because I've seen kids whose parents were drug addicts, they're doctors. I've seen people who came out of, homes that are doing good for themselves. I've seen people who have great parents and they make messed up decisions and they don't go down the path that their parents set up for them.
That's right.
So that's not always true.
So you're right. It's not always true.
Right about that.
So what made you create this book? Like, was it based off of just individual stuff that you dealt with, like growing up? Like, what was your purpose behind it?
Yes, actually it started off as therapy.
Mm-hmm.
I used to just jot down my thoughts. I actually wrote it down. I started off as just writing pages of what was on my mind.
Yeah.
And then after a while, I had like 10, 20 pages.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh my God, this is probably a book.
Mm-hmm.
So then I started rearranging it as into what age I was when I was thinking, what they thought, what their memory was.
Right.
And eventually I went from handwriting it, because it became a lot to try to keep up with, to actually typing everything that I had already handwritten.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went ahead and kept typing from that point forward.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So pretty much like your diary became a book.
Exactly.
Okay.
But how long it took you to write a book? How long did it take to write a book?
Well, actually, I started this book in 2019. I was at work, and some reason the title, it wasn't even a title at the time, just something like Apple That Fell, came in my head. It was just a thought. And then I wrote it on a piece of paper. I was working on the machine, and I flipped the paper over. And I wrote The Apple That Fell on the page. And then I'm like, what does that really mean to me? And then I started writing the passages on the back of the book. And that's the first thing I ever wrote. And then I went home and I started getting like the diary pages.
Yeah.
And I kind of mashed them together. And I went from there.
So I want to know, like, what moments in life inspired you to write the book? Like,
Because people see people and you don't know what their journey is. And you don't know what their story is. Like me, people see me and they probably think, oh, she always got a smile on her face. She probably ain't been through that. And I can always help other folks. And I have a tear in my eye or my soul will be torn to pieces, but I can sew you back together.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, reading that story, a lot of people gonna be like, I ain't know what she went through this.
Mm-hmm.
But I did.
Yeah.
I did.
So do you have like a lot of like suspense? Like, is there some jaw-dropping moments in the book that you can give us like a little teaser on?
Yeah. Being in some families, I ain't gonna say all families, but some families, it's a passage on the last page of the book, and it says, I come from a time where trauma is the synonym for a family secret.
Mm-hmm.
But you can call it whatever you want to call it because you'll never be able to see from behind my eyes. So it's like basically.
Damn, you deep.
So it's basically saying like, they call it a family secret, but basically some kids do actually go through trauma.
Yeah.
And they hide it and they don't want us to talk to it and they take your voice away. But eventually, if you don't get it out, some people don't use not getting it out in a constructive manner. Like some of them are destructive. And instead of getting it out, they will tear up everything in their path. And then next thing you know, you destroyed yourself.
Mm-hmm.
When really, if you use it and you try to get some kind of understanding of it, and you try to figure out why your journey was your journey, even though your journey might not even been for you.
Right.
It might have been to help somebody else.
Right.
That's deep.
That's deep.
That
sound like
kind of shit.
So,
Damn, for real.
How long it took for you to let, whatever you were going through out?
You have to speak your truth.
So, growing up, I got a couple cousins that know a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I got one cousin. I call her, wake up out her sleep.
Yeah.
I tell them a lot of things, but it's just the point of eventually, you know, you have that one person that's your diary. You have a couple cousins that you can go to, and I don't consider my cousins as sisters. When you read the book, you'll see, like I said, my cousins was my sisters.
Yeah.
And my cousins was my brothers.
Yeah.
I didn't have cousins. I had sister and brother.
Mhm.
And so it's the fact of when we have these kind of families and they're tight knit and they're close knit. Like even sometimes when the kids are going through stuff, we help each other through it, and it's not the adult that pull you out of it.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely.
That's real.
I got some cousins like that.
Yeah,
right?
me too.
Damn.
Yeah, cause you tell them anything without them judging you. Nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
And
feel
then
you.
not just that, sometimes like people, if you look at life like it's actually spiritual. Like when things happen on your bloodline and some things happen in your life, it ain't even be nothing that you did. It might be something your daddy did, your granddaddy did, your mama did, your grandma did, and it's been passed down to you, and it's up to you to take care of that test. But at the end of the day, you got to know when to opt out of certain tests because some stuff just ain't for you.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Most definitely.
So, like during that time, like growing up, like you was always angry.
No, and see, that's the thing. I always hit it with a smile. Like I always hit it with a smile and laugh and kiki. You know, I'm strong. I'm the strong one. Me, my cousin, which is his sister, we the strong ones out of our generations. And you can call me. We gonna talk about it.
Right.
I ain't gonna judge you because at the end of the day, really, who can judge another person? Nobody. Like, you got some things you don't want other people to know. So let that person talk to you and tell you what's going on and give them your undivided attention and your opinion, but don't tell nobody their business because what if it get to a point where you're the only person they can talk to, and if you tell their business, now they ain't got nobody at all.
Yeah, facts. Cause a lot of people don't open up because they feel
They
somebody
feel like they
feel
don't
like-
talk.
telling their business
Yeah.
Everybody definitely needs somebody
to talk
to
to.
hear
Yeah.
Damn.
not and confine it without them going running their damn mouth. So,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So really, you ain't never had a moment like you ain't just want to be. You know what I'm saying? That can't pick up the phone but back then we ain't had phones like that. So
Right.
it's like you ain't never had a moment like you ain't just talk to nobody for a whole day or two.
And like at my book reading, I said this quote, and it's a thing that is in my book. The chapter is called chapter 30. It's called "Don't Write Me No More Letters."
I was gonna ask you about that chapter.
I was a child that didn't say it. I wrote it. I always wrote poems. I always wrote.
yeah, the diary growing up.
Yeah.
Diary.
Yes, you did. A million poems.
Yeah.
And I always wrote I wrote pains, I wrote joys, I wrote happiness, I wrote sad, I wrote brokenness. I wrote it all down.
Yeah.
And so as a kid, and I'm not saying that's why I said at the book for writing, I didn't write this to bash anybody. I didn't write this to make anybody feel no type of way. I actually wrote this to get it out on my own, to get it out of my own heart.
Right.
And my mom was there, and I told her, and I wrote in her book, and I said, hopefully reading my story heals you in some type of way. And just know that your story was a part of my story, and it's okay.
Yeah.
I forgive you. We all good.
Yeah, facts.
So like, did you fear any type of like backlash or anything like that when you?
I actually felt like it was gonna come, and it might still come, but at the end of the day, it happened.
Let me tell you one thing though. No matter what you do, you can be doing something positive, negative. No matter what you do, you're gonna always get backlash.
And always.
Everybody's not gonna always agree with you what you agree with.
And the thing about it, I got a couple people that said something to me like, I got a phone call from my father, and he in my book too, and I wrote about how being your only daughter, and you got married to a woman who had a daughter, and you raised her, but you had a daughter that was over here to the wayside. You didn't raise me. You wasn't that father to me, and I grew up like doing well, and I elaborated in one of my chapters. I think it was called Checkmate. It's called Checkmate, and the reason why I say because if you move in certain ways, people, it's like playing chess. If you move and make a move to the point where if this move is going to cost you your bloodline, you still make that move.
No.
Because if you make that move, then that move might give somebody one up on you, and that might be the end of the game for you. So if you really think about it, you're like, well, like I said, I had my father, he was not there, and I was like, well, how does a girl go about life when the first man that she fell in love with and the man that she was created from didn't show her how to do that.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah.
How do I know how to love? How do I know how to be respected? How do I know how to be treated? How do I know what to look for in a man?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have it.
Mhm.
I had a strong mama that worked jobs all the time,
Mm-hmm.
and
So-
she had to.
So with that, since your biological father, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Since your biological father did not raise you, do you feel like with you growing up as an adult, you know, that it did like affect like relationships with, let's just say, men or however?
Yeah, it played a role because I think I overstayed my welcome a whole lot.
Yeah.
I dealt with a whole lot of stuff that I didn't have to deal with. If I learned what I know now,
Mm-hmm.
where you just leave.
Yeah.
You can just leave. It's fine because if you don't value me, like then you love bomb. Once you don't value me, like I love you, I love you, I love you. Just stay. Let me get it right. No, because if you loved me, you wouldn't do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
And like I said, you can't blame anybody for the decision that they make.
Right.
Because everybody's life has a different story, has a different turn, has a different destination. But at the same time, do like they say, do unto others as you want them to do unto you. Don't do nothing to me that you don't want me to do to you.
Right.
I
And then
love
expect me
myself
to
from
keep
you.
going through.
Right.
I love myself and me. You can get gone.
I'm
I
trying
would
to
get
tell
rid
you.
of
And
your
then
ass.
like I said with the childhood trauma, you know, there's a lot of kids that's been molested. It's in my book. A lot of kids that's been molested, they don't speak on, they don't say nothing. And then they act out. And then they're like, okay, what's wrong with her? Why she acting out? Why she does? And you don't think about it as in, oh, she been molested. This is what she want. Somebody to sit her down and tell her, you know, that's not right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It wasn't right what happened to you, but it still don't. It's not right for you to act out. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's like, don't worry. But I was talking about it. Like play basketball. I used to something on. I used to, you know, I didn't actually like the sexual part of sex until I got older.
Really. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And I had a child at 16. I had a child in my book. I had a child at an early age of 16, mom.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't have it as in being phased. And that's
Right.
why I wrote the book. I had it as in having a guy friend who was a listening ear.
Mm-hmm.
And I poured it to him and he listened.
Right.
And he was able to, you know, say, you know, you want to take it to another level? And in my mind, I'm like, I don't really want to do it, but okay, let's try it.
Mm-hmm.
And I got pregnant on my second time.
Can I tell you something though? Like, see me from experience, cause I done been like took advantage by an older woman that was my babysitter, and it kind of like fucked me up in the sense where I grew to like it. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because she's a
But
woman,
but at
you
first
know,
I was like, what the hell? Why this woman doing this to me? I didn't understand why she was doing it to me. You feel where I'm coming from? But after a while, I grew to like it. So when everybody go to sleep, I look forward to her coming waking me up
Yeah.
and taking me in the living room and having sex with me every night. I started looking forward to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I really didn't tell my mother about it till probably about 2 weeks ago. You feel me? Because I had a little situation with my son and shit like that. I don't want to speak on, but yeah, that's when I finally told my mama 2 weeks ago. And that shit happened when I was like 7, 8 years
It's
old.
called trauma bond.
Yeah.
Like she's hurting you, but you're bonding with her from the pain that she's causing you.
See, and every time I see her, like to this day, I see that woman. She look at me with guilt in her eyes,
Yeah.
cause she know I remember what she used to do to me.
And I'm
You feel
gonna tell you some real stuff. I learned, and Pastor Young's your pastor too.
Yeah, most
I learned that I had to learn this at the age of 16, maybe. I think that's when he taught me this. He was like, forgiveness is not for you. I mean, not
For
for
them, it's for you.
It's for you.
Yeah, I
So that
forgive.
you have to lighten the load. You have to.
Yeah.
So I remember seeing an uncle of mine on my dad's side, and I seen him at Fats with his girlfriend. You know, Fats was bumping back then.
Mm-hmm.
And I walked to the bathroom, and when I came out the bathroom, he come out to me in the bathroom, and it's like God set it up. And I looked dead in his face, and I said, I just want you to know I forgive you. He looked at me like he got pale in the face,
Mm-hmm.
and he just walked out. But it wasn't for him; it was for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it, like I said, it got to a point where I'm like, I'm carrying this whole load. People watching me grow up. People like she very outspoken. She black sheep. She good. She did. But I carried so much pain. I just didn't know what else to do.
So did this situation ever make you feel like your father or someone else in your family let you down or something to protect, like as far as being your protector or something like that?
I actually felt like, yeah, if he had a closer eye, or if he had paid more attention to me, maybe I could have been saved, or maybe not. Or maybe not. Maybe that was a part of my journey. Maybe that's why I'm who I am.
As a father, and myself with my girls, I really don't trust them around nobody but like my daddy.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't leave my girls around nobody but my daddy.
Right.
I don't leave them with another man, period.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I got big girls and they going into their figures and all that.
Right.
So I don't even like really trusting my girls around nobody because I know what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I'm going head over here, bad over here. I'm crashing out about mine.
Yeah.
And when you
I'm
think
gonna lay down about that.
Exactly. And when you think about it, to be real with you, and like I said, I'm gonna break it down to you about the book. Like the first chapter talks about the sexual trauma as a kid. I was 5, so it's just to the point where, if when you read how it happened, maybe I couldn't have been saved. It just happened like that, like that.
That's how I be. That's how I be.
And I'm laying there like, what the hell just happened to me? And I couldn't understand it. Just like you said, you couldn't understand it, but I'm just like, what in the world? But I got into a shell of just keeping my eyes closed, and eventually it'll be over.
That's crazy.
That's sad.
So I got a question. So like when you told him that, when you actually seen him, right? When you told him what you told him, did that let off a lot of?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Off your chest.
A lot of tension. Like
How you felt about
I took a
yourself?
deep breath and I walked off and I went to stop at my friends. I ate like it never happened.
Yeah.
Like, it made me feel better, and the reason why, because at the end of the day, like I said, I don't know why you did what you did to me.
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell you why you did. I don't know if you just had that you acted on.
you'll never understand it.
But
That type
at
of
the
person.
end of the day, you tore me apart. You scorned me. You made me. You was the first man that my dad broke my heart, but you the first man that actually caused me some physical pain. And so I'm just like, I couldn't understand it. But then, like I said, like Pastor Young sat me down and he was like, you have to forgive people. He was like, it's hard, and you can't just I forgive. It's easier said than done.
Right.
But once you do it and you actually give some stuff to God, like, you got to just be like, you know, God, I'm gonna give this to you, because if not, it's gonna tear me apart. Like,
That's real.
it's gonna tear your mental up. It's gonna tell you, it's gonna make your choices do things that you would have never thought of doing.
Yeah.
So you just like, okay, cool. Let me unpack this, because if you can't unpack the baggage, you can't take flight.
It most definitely make you feel better.
Too heavy.
Yeah.
Make you feel real better.
So did you tell your daddy, like, your brother, or you just?
I actually didn't come out till I was about 13.
Yeah.
So it went on for a while. But I had a boy. I went up to a Boys and Girls Club. A woman named was Christina Harrison. She was my mentor. And I told her, but you know, at the time I'm 13, they asked you like, can they tell? But at that time it hadn't happened in a while. But she was like, well, can I tell your mom and dad? And at the time I'm like, no, cause I don't know how people gonna react. I don't know how. So I didn't tell for a while. I think by the time I actually told it and got it out, about 17. I was about 17 when I finally told it.
That probably was hard for the woman at the what did you say you was at?
Yeah.
It was hard for her to hold that in though.
Yeah.
Especially if she was a parent or a woman herself.
She a good
You
one.
She
feel
was
me?
a Lambda student.
Being a woman herself though, it probably was hard. She didn't gotta be a parent. Just being a woman herself, she felt for you. It probably was hard for her to hold that in.
Yeah.
Do you feel like when you wrote your book, do you feel like that was a sense of you finally having your voice and like taking your power back?
Yeah, it finally gave me a voice.
Okay.
I had my power.
Yeah.
I just ain't have no voice to go
Yeah.
get it.
Okay.
So it's just like, okay, I'm gonna speak my truth. And if it hurts you, I'm sorry, but it happened. You feel me? Like it happened. You can't say it didn't happen. Or and the thing about it, it's written as a fictional story.
Yeah.
So even if you get mad or something like that, you gonna tell somebody that was you?
Yeah, fact.
But you
But
know
know what you did and you can't undo what was done.
Yeah.
You feel where I'm coming from? You know what you did and you can't undo what was done.
Right.
That's just period.
I know there'd be some awkward on just this. Oh, you ain't no, yeah. You say you ain't seen him in a while.
No.
Okay, yeah.
Only time I see him if I go to my grandma's house is a funeral or something.
So did your
And
dad
then-
actually find out?
You ain't
And
found
like,
out.
how did he react? What did he do?
I don't know what he did.
Smoking Joe Frazier.
You might not you to hear
Smoking Joe
How would
Frazier.
I know?
When you heard about it, it would have been on the news. You would see my face on the
Would've been
news.
on the news.
My daughter would see me on the news. I swear.
But at the same time too, like she said though, he
nobody-
can't really react like that because he ain't been there his damn self.
When I got the,
You gotta care already because it's easy not to
You
care.
go crazy.
I got a phone call the Monday after Father's Day, And I always answer the phone for my dad. I don't care what it is. I'm texting him happy birthday. Whatever.
As you should.
So I text him in April and told him happy birthday. May was Mother's Day. I ain't heard from you. I ain't get a reply to the birthday text. Yeah. And the Monday after Father's Day, I get a phone call, and he said, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm like, "Fine, how you?" I ain't hear from you yesterday. I said, "Oh, okay then." I said, "Well, I'll text you in April." So happy birthday. May was Mother's Day. I heard it from you, and I thought everything was just what it was. Like I didn't text you. I didn't call you. You did this what you used to be doing. Right. And oh yeah, but they was calling anyway. I heard you wrote a book. I said, I did. What is it about? I said, it's autobiography written in story form, but it's fictional, so what's up? And he was like, oh, okay then. Well, you putting it in there about me gonna make me fall out with you, did you?
What?
So my line was, if you wanted a different script, you should have played a different character.
That's right.
Damn. Now that's deep.
So motherfucking cold.
What say after that though?
Hell yeah.
What?
I know I wasn't the type of father that you. I know I wasn't looking good. But you got to forgive me for that. I said, I forgave.
Yeah.
But I can tell my testimony. You can't tell me I can't tell my testimony, baby. It's okay.
I don't know how you hear
It's okay. And then, see, that's in the last chapter I wrote, I don't know why you did to me what you did to me. So it's like, in the last chapter I wrote, I'm the apple that fell from a tree that was deeply rooted. She couldn't control the environment she came from. I can't control the environment I came from. But who is there to actually cast the blame on if your story was messed up and it reflected and fell off on my story, which ended up being messed up? So who the blame fall on?
Right though.
Nobody can blame nobody.
So though I said forgiveness is deep, like I forgive y'all.
That's something to think about though, man.
Yeah.
That's something to think about.
That's
For
real.
real.
I forgive.
How you gonna fault somebody who's already hurt or messed up themselves, or
And then-
going through
and then
that, traumatized themselves?
Hurt people.
Yeah, hurt people. That's right.
Yeah.
So the chapter that you had, I want to say it was like towards the end, but it's called Absence.
Yeah.
That chapter. What?
That's about my dad.
Okay.
That's about that's why I said I wrote in that chapter like you get up every day, you put your feet on the ground, get your bottle. But if that first thought in your head every single day is you can get up and go to the store, get your bottle, get your little sip on. What other thoughts cross your mind?
Right.
But no other thoughts cross your mind. Check on your kids.
Right. Yeah.
If that bottle has whipped you to be a slave, you can't be a slave to your kid. I ain't saying a slave to your kid, but you ain't had that same. You ain't had that same mindset to say, okay, oh, I gotta get the ball. Oh, I gotta get the ball. Or did one time in your head, oh, I gotta check on TT. Oh, I gotta check on Brandon. Oh, I gotta check on TT. Or did that come in your head 9 times a day?
Right.
You got 24 hours.
But that deep though, boy.
You got 24 hours.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Every hour has 60 minutes. Every minute got 60 seconds. Out of all that time in the world, nothing crossed your mind to check on your kids.
Right. Yeah. That's what I don't like.
Well, that's some deep shit to think about. Like,
Yeah, that's deep.
So,
all that time, and you ain't just woke up, and not all the time out that day, you ain't.
and you know what's crazy? It whips you in the shape of being the parent that you are.
Yeah.
Now, my kids tell you every single day. I tell my little one 4 or 5 times a day. My son, if I'm braiding all day long, as soon as I take this shower, even my head finna hit the pillow. If I nod off, I might wake up 2, 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
Zion, I love you, baby. And
Yeah.
Brace before she let her out, say prayers.
Yeah.
I want to hear them, say them out loud. All right, love you, baby. Good night. Like, it's just who I am every single day to my kids.
Right.
And like I said, one thing I can tell you about my mom, she was a provider. They want me working job, and I take care of the
My aunt
kids.
did that.
She worked the job, take care of the kids.
Yeah, she did that.
I took care of my brothers. But at the end of the day, you get your balloons, and I wrote in the book, you get your balloons and stuff during special occasion. And I remember, Mom, I love you too, baby. 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 But sometimes you want to say, Brittany, I love you. You know what I'm saying? You just want to hear it sometimes.
Right.
And I remember asking one day, Mom, why you don't never tell me you love me? And she said, I love your ass. That's a black family for you.
Yeah.
That's a black mama for you.
You know I
You know
love
what I mean?
you.
You know I love you.
You know
But,
what I mean?
I just ain't. But who gonna say like it was something that she wanted that she didn't get or something? I don't know.
Yeah, no.
I find myself doing that too. Yeah, like randomly telling my kids.
You tell them. Just tell them. Come here, just tell them.
Yeah.
I'm so messed up. I tell my kids, don't say love you, say
I love you. I'm telling you. I get what when they say love you too, I say who love who?
Yeah, love you.
Who love who?
Love you. Who you love?
Who love who?
Who love you?
I
You know
love
what I'm
you.
saying? Love you.
Okay,
You feel me? I tell my kids put an I in front of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Make it specific. Let it be known that you
Yes,
love me.
that,
You know what I'm saying? Don't say love you. That don't really got much meaning to it for me. So tell me I love you.
Yeah.
You feel me? I make my kids tell me I first. You know what I'm saying? I don't play that.
So where can they find your book, The Apple That Fell? Like what?
I have copies on hand, but you can also find it on Amazon. I'm working right now trying to get on all platforms.
Right.
But it's as of right now, it's on Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
The
what's
Apple
your,
That Fell.
what's your social media so that the people can know like where to go to?
Well, I only have one social media because
Okay.
I did away with a lot of social media one time because I went in a hibernation.
Yeah.
My brother passed away. I just now got back on Facebook this year. But I only have Facebook and it's TTTETEE Hawkins. But yeah, I don't have any other social media. Well, I got Snapchat right now. Like no other 08, but other than that, I don't have no social media because I did away with social media
Okay.
a long time ago.
And you say you got the hard copy?
I got
and
some
the-
copies. I got soft copies and hard copies on hand.
Yeah, y'all make sure y'all go get it.
Hard copies 25, soft copies 15.
Yeah, this a must read. So y'all, hey, go get that for real.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, Brittany, we most definitely enjoyed you coming on the show today. You know, and giving us an insight on your life and how, you know what inspired you to write your book.
Yeah, and I just feel like everybody, like even if you don't tell your story, even if it ain't to be told, you know what I'm saying? Some people don't actually want to tell their story. Write it down, you know, get it out, or even record yourself saying it. You can delete it later on. You can burn the pages later on. But as far as therapy, you gotta get this stuff out of you that's deep down engraved. You got to scratch away at it, but get it out of there. Because if you don't get it out of there, it'll be a part of your DNA.
Yeah.
And that wouldn't be you anyway.
Right.
Oh yeah,
So
most
in
definitely.
other words, you just saying, hey, you gotta get it out you regardless.
Regardless.
Gotta
Need
get
to
it
get it
out.
out
Well, in any form, shape, form, fashion, just get it out of there.
for personal healings.
Yeah.
Fast. Like, I'm in a stage like where I learned to forgive everybody.
Oh, yeah, you got it.
Even to the people that took my little brother from me, people that done things to me, like, I don't forgive everybody. That's why I'm at peace in life. I can walk around with my head up high. I ain't got to worry about when I see somebody, I want to kill them or feel some type of way about them. I ain't even with that no more. I'm at peace.
And can I tell you what's crazy? I'm gonna tell you how God teach you. When you say, "Oh God, I get it out of you, I get it out of you, I get it out of you," God gonna test you to see if you really about what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So when I say like God, you know what I'm saying, I learned forgiveness. I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying. I ran across one of the boys.
He'll put it in your face.
He didn't even know who I was. I walked across him and he was like, "Hey man, you know what it looked like in that packet there? They got some empty tables that Applebee's last Thursday." And I looked at him in the car, and I went around the window, and he looked at me, and I said, "You know who I am?" And he was like, "I don't know you." He's like, "You know who I am?" I said, "Yeah, I know you. I'll never get you back." He said, "Who you is?" I said, "I'm Cody Hawkins' sister." He looked at me like, but get what I told him. I said, "I forgive you." I said, "I'm gonna tell you why I forgive you. Because I gave you to God a long time ago."
Yeah.
So whatever happens in your life from that day forward between you and God.
Yeah, facts.
Because my hatred for you is gonna hinder me. I don't want my hatred for you to hinder me. I want to be, like I say, light as a feather. I want to unpack this so I can take flight.
That's right.
You can't go to the airport with 47 bags and they let you on the plane. They ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, nah.
You gotta get rid of some of that stuff.
All the extra luggage got to go.
And get what?
Rent
I'm
up.
gonna give you something deeper than that. If you don't get rid of it, you'll pay for it.
Yeah.
You gonna pay for
know
it.
that
That's
shit
what stayed
high
on me.
as hell,
That's
too.
what
You gonna
stayed
pay
on
for
me.
it. And I'm talking about even in life. If you don't let go of that baggage, you gonna pay for it.
Facts.
Gonna come back on you.
Oh yeah.
It's going to come back.
About that shit.
That's real.
But that's, I'm glad, that's a good one. That's a real
You
good
the
one.
first guest on the show. I think we needed her today, y'all.
Yeah.
To calm her down a little bit and make her more, focused.
Oh, it got real serious.
Yeah, it definitely got
Oh, yeah.
definitely, yeah.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
a good guest we chose, y'all.
Cause I'm gonna want to thank, boy, you said some things, boy, You make a nigga think.
I tell you, I'm gonna read my book before we even. I'm gonna buy my book before we even leave. So I ain't got time to be meeting you in the damn store and all that shit. Get my book.
Oh, I already got mine.
But are
in my
you
hand
actually gonna
already.
read it though?
If I buy you, damn right I'm gonna read it.
Yeah.
With your shades on?
Damn, it depends. If I'm outside in the sun, I may have a shade. Get the hell off.
Yo, man, y'all get this book, man. Like I can't say
How many
enough.
chapters
Like,
is
this a must read.
It's
So
40 chapters.
40.
Yeah.
Y'all
Some
get
short, some long, but the ones that are actually long are the ones that are more in depth. But yeah, there's some deep stuff there. There's some laughter, there's some pain, there's some memories, there's some street names. Got a chapter called Country Wrong.
Oh, yeah.
So
Okay,
I mean,
now.
it's some things that memories that people gonna relate to, and then the people that can't relate to it, that's not from Greenwood. I mean, you can relate to the real things that are in
You know,
there.
you know.
If you can't relate to the landmarks, I promise you,
Yeah.
you can relate to the other things that are in there.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you for coming on as our guest today, and we want to encourage
Thank you for
everybody to
having
go out and cop her book, The Apple That Fell. And do anybody else got anything else that they wanna?
Glad you came, man.
Glad you came,
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Thank you so much.
Well, till next time, we'll catch y'all next time.
We in the mix, y'all. We in the mix, man.
Man.
Keep you in the mix.